welcome to another edition of the Nate Moore Show. Our show is brought to you each week by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm Dorian Gibson. Here with me is Coach Moore. Welcome to the show.
Hey Dorian, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
The Tigers are now 13-0 after beating Wadsworth last Friday night at the North Canton in Division II Region 7 title game. Coach, what impressed you the most about your team's performance last week?
I was really impressed with our offense and, how we were able to move the ball through the air. It was our best game statistics-wise as far as passing yards, and I thought our quarterback, Aiden Longwell, was on the money all game. And also, I thought we had a really good game from a special teams standpoint. We had a really long kickoff return by Tyree Broyles, and then a touchdown on a kickoff return by Kai Shad-Mack that really gave us some juice there in the second quarter and led to us pulling away.
For the second straight year, the Tigers have advanced to the Division II state semifinals. Does the playoff run this year feel similar to last year, or does it feel different?
Every year is different. Loved last year's experience with that senior class, and this year it's different because it's different guys. And this is a great group of seniors. They're really good football players. They're really good kids. They work really hard, and it's been a joy to go through this experience with them, and really happy to have another week with them.
The Tigers' special teams made a big difference in the win over Wadsworth, especially the kickoff return for a touchdown. Did you see a real advantage in your teams with the special teams area going into the game?
We have a very good special teams unit led by Coach Jason Jarvis, who coordinates that group, and we do have a lot of confidence in those teams. And to be honest, we think that every time we get to field a nice high kickoff, that we have a chance to score. And but it was good to see those guys get out and execute.
After being injured in the Whitehall game, Aiden Longwell returned to the starting lineup and had another solid game as quarterback. Tell us more about his performance.
Yeah, did a great job. Was really on the money the entire game. I don't know that he threw a bad ball, really. Really impressive on the drive at the end of the first half, where I think we started with just over a minute to go. Faced a 2nd and 24 after a penalty, and still drove down. And I believe we scored with 2 timeouts still left. We were so efficient. Threw a nice swing pass to Jameer Thomas versus a blitz look that he's practiced 100 times, and he just went out and executed.
The Tigers' defense played well again last week. One of the keys to their success is the ability to rotate players in and out of the game. Can you tell us more about that?
I don't know that I would exactly say we played well. Certainly in spots we did, but as a group, we have to get better at tackling. We had some very, very poor technique on a couple of plays, and it's just inexcusable. We have to do a better job. We have to get guys down on the ground. We need to wrap up and play with good technique and good form, and we need to tackle better.
In a moment, we'll meet with a Tiger player and hear more from Coach Moore. But first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Reliable Heating and Cooling. Get the latest innovation and technology at Reliable.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Thank you, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Joining Coach Moore and I is Tiger running back and linebacker Jameer Thomas.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Jameer, how does it feel to be 13-0 and heading into the Division II state semifinals?
I mean, it feels incredible right now, but I mean, any week it can stop, so try not to get too high, try not to get too low.
You had some pretty good success running the ball against Wadsworth's defense last week. How would you compare the Wadsworth defense to Walnut Ridge and Whitehall's defense?
They was all keen on the same things, to stop power, and I mean, they was trying to do that, and we kind of hit other things such as gap schemes, such as like zone and things in that nature. so kind of counter it.
Who is your running back coach, and tell us more about him?
Coach Roddy. This is his first year at running back coach. He came over from the corners, from the defensive side. Great coach. He was a running back here a couple years ago. Well, a couple years ago, yeah. And he's a great coach. Yeah.
And finally, what do you know about the Winston Woods defense?
They come up to hit. I mean, they're physical. I mean, we can hit them with a lot of missed keys like we did last year. We just got to keep our foot on the pedal this year and all gas, no brakes.
Thanks, Jameer, and good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
Coach Moore, what does Jameer bring to the team each week, both in practice and in the game?
Yeah, Jameer's a very physical player. He cares a lot about his team and the season, and I'd say he's one of our biggest emotional leaders as far as driving the team forward and keeping the expectations high for what we're trying to accomplish this year, which is, to get to week 15. And, he's leading us right now on this next step, which is week 14, the state semifinals against Winton Woods.
In the playoff games continue this Friday night when the Tigers play Cincinnati Winton Woods at Gahanna Lincoln High School in the Division II state semifinals. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. This game is a rematch of last year's semifinals when the Tigers lost 56-21. In general, what can you tell us about this year's Winton Woods team?
They're a very good team, very athletic, a lot of speed, but size too. I mean, they're very well balanced. Defensively, kind of similar to us with their front seven. They operate out of 3-4 personnel, but play a lot of even front defense, a lot of man coverage in the secondary, very aggressive, up the field type of front, and very good at it. From the offensive perspective, they're a spread team mostly. They also do some under center flex bone at times, but less of that this year than last year. Their running back, number 28, is very good. He's one of several players on their team with Division I offers. I think they have 3 or 4 guys with offers from Kentucky. He's one of them. He's run for over 2,700 yards, 36 touchdowns. He's a very good player. Sophomore quarterback is also a great runner. A lot of their running game is option-based, and those are their 2 main ball carriers.
And finally, was there any advantage in your preparation process as you put together the game plan against the Warriors this week because you faced them a year ago?
I really don't think there's any advantage or disadvantage there because we both played each other. So that would be equal for both teams. We watched last year's film and evaluated that. But most of our evaluation is spent on this year's Winton Woods Warriors, and we have plenty of film to review. And I believe our coaching staff worked tirelessly this weekend to put together a great game plan, and our kids are going to practice hard and go out and execute it Friday.
We want to thank Coach Moore and Jameer Thomas for joining us on our show this week. The Nate Moore Show has been brought to you by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Dorian Gibson. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our Career Technical Education Department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.